If everyone could take their seats, we'll get started. It is my great pleasure to introduce the session chair for the upcoming panel. Is Mike Brennan. Mike is the Senior Advisor for Global Affairs at the Aris Global TB Vaccine Foundation, which is a product development partnership that, as its name suggests, develops vaccines for tuberculosis and works with entities like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, as well as private sector companies to do the innovative work that they do. Mike is a very good person to lead this next panel on stakeholder perspectives because he has seen this from a multiple perspectives. He spent more than 20 years at the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, where he was the Associate Director of the Office of Vaccine Research and Review and the head of the tuberculosis vaccine program. And we're pleased to have him leading this session.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Welcome, everyone. So in this panel, we hope to focus a little bit more on solutions. We've been here a little bit burdened by challenges, I think, in the last day and a half, especially by Steve's last remark, and hope we can accomplish more in the number of years we have here than 1863. But so the nature of this panel suggests that we could have a little bit of different approach here. The fact that we have David Wood from the World Health Organization and Lou Valdez from the International Programs Office at the Food and Drug Administration, and Ray from the Singapore, and our Lembit's empty chair here, which should be Vincent pretty soon from the Gates Foundation. There'll be a bit more focus in this discussion on regulatory strategies for developing products for the neglected tropical diseases that aren't as prevalent in industrialized countries, but what are those regulatory strategies needed and those harmonized programs that will help promote the introduction of products that are really needed in countries where there's endemic diseases like malaria, tuberculosis, dengue, things like this. So there'll be somewhat of a focus on that aspect, which we haven't heard too much about in these sessions. And as you know, the traditional paradigm for introducing new products into developing countries is to have them approved first in industrialized countries and then move them into these emerging and developing countries. But things have changed somewhat with the fact that a lot of these neglected tropical diseases are a problem in developing countries. The clinical trials are done there, and we need to use the regulatory bodies that exist in those countries, and they're not as well resourced. So the difference, I think, here, and you've heard a little bit about this in the harmonized programs that we'll talk about, is that there's a capacity building element to these harmonized reviews, and you've heard a little bit about that also. But that's a part of these types of programs that may be a little bit different from those where just the stringent regulatory authorities are intermingling. A sub-objective of this panel was going to be humor in the regulatory workspace. But I Googled regulatory humor this morning. All I say is just try it. It's very disappointing. So maybe if you want to tell a joke during your presentation, please do. So we aren't going to have any slide presentations. I'll ask everybody to go to the podium. And you have 12 minutes each. We go to 11:30, and hopefully we'll have a vigorous discussion. And if you have provocative things you'd like to say, please do so, and please provide us with new ideas. So since Vincent isn't here, then Raymond, we'll start with you. And Raymond is the group director of the Health Products Regulation Group in the Singapore Health Sciences Authority. Thanks, Raymond.